All right, let's talk about my broken Pixel Fold, I hope, for the very last time. We have had some pretty substantial movement on this subject, and I just wanted to update you guys, let you know how this story, I hope, has finally ended. I'm going to be very, very brief on this. There's a video in the description that will give you a much longer version of this story, but basically, this is what happened. All the way back at the end of last month, April the 28th, my beloved Pixel Fold cracked. I opened it up, I heard a crack, and there was a crack appearing in front of me down the front of the screen. I attempted to get this thing taken care of through my warranty. It was still within its 1-year warranty. I believe it's a 1-year warranty. I sent it to Google. There was some sort of confusion, and the device was sent back to me. They told me that it was physical damage, that I was at fault, and therefore the device could not be repaired. This was very strange. I talked to somebody on the chat, explained to them the device has no other physical damage, and this appeared to me to be a defect. Let's keep in mind, these foldable devices are tested. They're opened and closed hundreds of thousands of times. I don't remember how many the Pixel Fold was tested to, but it was something like 200,000 or more times. Mine had not been opened and closed 200,000 times, and it failed prematurely. This says to me it's a defect. It should be covered by the warranty. They asked me to send it back again. I sent it back again. Again, I was told it was physical damage. It wasn't covered by the warranty, and the device was returned to me. To make matters even stranger, I should have been offered them repairing the device for around about $800. Now, granted, I would not have accepted that offer because that is an outrageous price. I could find a used one for less than that, but there was some issue going on. They could not explain to me why they were putting a hold on my card and then never offering me the repair and just sending the device back to me. At that point, hours and hours of being on the phone, talking, emails, back and forth, dozens and dozens of emails. I was very frustrated. I was very upset about the entire situation. And I pretty much at that point decided my Pixel Fold is just done for. They're not going to take care of it. I posted a video telling this story. I also outlined several examples of the exact sorts of things as this happening from Samsung and from OnePlus, and I kind of tried to explain to you guys, don't think this is a Google exclusive problem. In general, if you own a folding phone, you should not trust the warranty because there are example after example, dozens of them readily available to you on the internet of all these OEMs doing the exact same sorts of things, not honoring their warranty, trying to stick you with the bill, basically, or in my instance, refusing to do anything at all. Now, look, I want to make it very, very clear. I'm not saying that if your Pixel Fold is defective and breaks, that Google will not take care of it, that Samsung, OnePlus will not take care of it. I have received dozens and dozens via comment and email, dozens of examples of exactly that, where things went exactly as you would think that they would go. I've had so many people tell me, Shane, my Pixel Fold, I opened it and it cracked and I sent it to Google. They acknowledged that it was a defect and they repaired it and sent it back. It took about 5 or 6 days and everything was just fine. What I'm saying is you can't rely on that happening because there are tons of examples of that not being how this goes. It seems to come down to a little bit of luck of the draw. The inspector that you wind up with, what mood are they in? Something like that. So again, I'm not saying this is how it's going to go for you, but I am saying that there are enough reports to say it's enough of a risk that maybe you should think about having a backup plan. This is where things get a little bit weird, a little bit interesting. About an hour after I posted that video, I got a fresh email, this time from a new email address. I take this to be a higher up in Google support, and they instructed me that if I sent it back to them one more time, they were going to send me a replacement device. Now, how did this come about? We have two options here, right? So option A is that I complained and I complained and I complained and I asked to speak to higher ups on multiple occasions, and finally, eventually, someone higher up saw my purchase history, knew that I was a big Pixel fan, knew that they had been doing me dirty, and decided to take care of it. That's option number one. Option number two is that someone saw my video and decided to take care of it because it was really bad PR. I cannot say definitively which one it was. I'm sure you guys are going to have your opinion in the comments down below. But again, I don't know for sure how this timed out. I do know for a fact that people within Google did see my video. But again, I don't know the timing. I think maybe I would say it's likely that Google took care of it because they saw my video. I would say I lean that way. But again, I don't know for sure. What I do know is that I don't like the idea of that. I don't actually want to get any sort of special treatment, and that's why throughout the customer support saga, I never mentioned who I was. I never told them who I was. I never said, I'm a member of Team Pixel, and you should treat me better than this. You send me phones. I never brought any of that stuff up. Actually, what's really funny is I had at least one person comment that I had been basically bought off because they sent me the Pixel 8a. But what they're not realizing is that the email about the Pixel 8a arrived on the 25th. My Pixel Fold broke on the 28th. So these two things were absolutely, completely unrelated. At the end of the day, regardless of why it has happened, I have received a delivery from FedEx this morning, and in just a moment we're going to crack it open and you're going to see in real time sort of me seeing it as, well, it should be a Pixel Fold, a refurbished Pixel Fold. But however that happened, those two options, A or B. Option A, that it took, we're at like the 3-week mark, okay? So option A is that it took them 3 weeks to do the right thing, and it took probably close to a dozen phone calls, or maybe 6 or 8 phone calls, dozens of emails, me getting very upset, me asking for superiors. It was a massive, massive struggle. Or option B, which is just something that's not available to the vast majority of people. I want to come back to my original point from that prior video. When you have a foldable device, you spend that much money on it, whether it's Samsung, OnePlus, or Google, they will all do this to you. They will all give you the runaround. It's unfortunate. It sucks. But it is what it is. If you want to have one of these devices, do not rely on the warranty. Get some sort of insurance. And I'm trying to gather information to make a video about phone insurance. If I can come up with a video that I think offers some good advice, I like to stray away from giving advice to people, but I think if I can outline the pros and cons of a few of these insurance options, I'll try and make that video. Like I said, I'm trying to gather evidence on that sort of thing right now. Evidence, data is a better word. I'm trying to gather for that type of video, hopefully shortly. But for now, let's open up this refurbished Pixel Fold. All right, guys, at long last, it is here. I hope everything is good. This looks like the packaging that you should probably expect if you go through an ordeal like this. This does not appear to be my original Pixel Fold that they kept sending back to me, so that's good. Ooh, look how pristine the camera bump is back there. There's one little bitty scratch, but mine was much more scratched up than that. So this is definitely a refurbished, but it is not my device unless they've replaced a whole bunch of stuff. Hello again. Okay. The back looks pretty good. I don't see any obvious scratches on the cover display, so we're in good shape there. Open it up. Everything looks good there as well. Now, one really big bummer about this for me is that I had a leather dbrand skin on my old Pixel Fold, and I thought I was being clever. I peeled it off, and I found a piece of paper that was sort of glossy, and I thought I'll stick it to that, and I'll be able to reattach it once this gets resolved. Well, of course, I tried to do that, and when I went to peel it off the glossy piece of paper, it took paper up with it, and it ended up in the trash can, which is a bummer. So I've ordered another leather dbrand skin. Until then, I'm going to have to just slap a case on here or something, just because it's just such a slippery device on the back. But as you can see, I think everything looks pretty solid. I do have an extra screen protector that I'm going to slap on here quickly. But otherwise, guys, I think we're in pretty good shape. So guys, there you go. I am delighted to be back in the Pixel Fold family once again. I will continue testing the Pixel 8a for a little while longer because I am going to post a full review for this phone, which, by the way, a little early spoiler, this is a very, very solid phone. This thing is very, very good. So that is still in the works, so my sim must remain in here for at least a little while longer so I can complete a review. But once that's over, I'm coming back home. I'm going back to the Pixel Fold. And guess what? I have insurance now. So that is the way that we're going to be going. I guess I should say thanks to Google for finally doing the right thing on this one. Hopefully there's some lessons learned here. Maybe, I don't know, I doubt it, but maybe there are some lessons learned there. Maybe not from Google, but maybe there's lessons learned from people watching, right? Maybe we've all learned something, perhaps. I don't know. Guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.